Welcome back. It's garbage time, baby. Week 3, third episode ever. We got a lot on the docket. We're going to be talking about why the Jazz aren't good. We're going to be talking about why De'Aaron Fox is better than Tyrese Haliburton. We're going to be talking about the Lakers winning streak. We're going to be talking about the Cavaliers. I think we're still undefeated, right, Ken?
15-0.
Crazy.
Yes, sir.
We're going to be talking about the Bucks losing to the Hornets. Raptors almost beat the Celtics. Luka Doncic's defense, along with bets and a game. We got a lot going on.
And why Delano Banton should be first team All NBA. we're not covering that one.
All right, Kyle. You want to talk about Fox and Hallie because this is personal for you.
Swiper.
Yeah, I mean, pretty good weekend to be a Kings fan. We've been very banged up. Split the weekend 1-1. Got to watch Fox drop 60 points one night on Friday night. Got to watch him drop 49 the next night. He's clearly back and being the man. I think we talked last week. I think it's been tough for Fox to work with DeMar DeRozan and be his full self without DeMar, and we hope DeMar gets back soon. I think Fox is proving just how good he is. I think I just want to revisit all the blasphemous takes from a couple of years ago saying the Kings are committing malpractice. I can't remember if it was JJ Redick or Richard Jefferson. I think they were both talking on the podcast together about how the Kings are stupid. You trade the best player ever, Tyrese Haliburton, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I'll take Fox 10 out of 10 times versus Tyrese Haliburton on my team. I think Fox is just an overall, faster, better defender, better scorer. I mean, you could maybe do the Tyrese Haliburton passes a little bit better thing, but I think it's also just a product of, the situation they're in, and I think Fox just thinks he has to be the scorer, so he does it. So yeah, I mean, I am all the way back in on Fox. He's the man. Ever since we traded,
You
No,
weren't.
never
You were
left.
out on him.
You said
I
back.
never left. I said I was a little concerned with how it's been going with DeMar DeRozan, but we're back. He's
I've
gonna be
always been
fine.
the biggest Fox supporter. Always have been. Love that guy.
I love
And
that guy. I
Hallie-
mean, dude, since the trade, I was always pro Fox. I always said he was
Uh-huh.
better.
No, that's true.
And I've never wavered.
No bias there. No bias at all.
Wait, so
No,
Kyle,
no.
I'm curious to know, so what do you think the difference is between game 1 where Fox drops a bunch of points but they lose, and then game 2 Fox scores a bunch of points and they win?
The team was a lot worse. The
Question.
Jazz are a lot worse than the Timberwolves.
What are you
I think
talking about?
Was the big difference was the Jazz were a
Disrespect
lot
the
worse.
finisher.
Absolutely.
But
Disrespect
no,
her now.
I mean, the Kings. So I don't want to make this whole Kings podcast. The issue is that the whole Kings team is hurt, and when you have Sabonis, Monk, and DeRozan all hurt, literally no one else on the team wants to knows how to dribble the basketball. It just becomes 5 guys dribbling around, handing off, chucking threes. Herter, I think, took 12 last night. Freaking Lyles just stands. No one wants to do anything on offense. So I think that's the tough part. Is Fox tries his best, but I was discouraged on Friday night with no one stepped up. Keegan didn't step up. No one stepped up.
Okay, here's the analogy. Fox is like me in the first episode of this podcast where I was doing it all and everyone else was just standing around.
Oh, come
and I
on.
was making magic up.
Mr. 0-2 coming
You
through.
had me until you started talking about Magic. Wait,
Yeah.
Kyle, I want to know. Sorry, another question for you. Do you A, want to see the Kings make an off-season move, and B, if you do, what is that move?
Love it. Great.
Or a mid-season trade?
I mean, I think the only move that you can make, I think we need to get a 4. I think we've been playing so small.
Replace Trey Lyles?
Yeah, I mean,
Classic
he's.
rate.
I mean, the best case scenario, Herter I think makes 12 to 14 million dollars if you trade Herter, and he's been fine this year. I think he is someone that if you attached a first round pick to, you could probably get a Kyle Kuzma, which would be gross.
He
But
loves Kuzma. He loves
someone
Kuzma.
I think you get a average. You can get a decent starting 4, I think, for Herter and a pick if you find a team willing to sell.
I don't think
that's what the
Kuzma's
team's
that much
Yeah.
better than Herter.
And he's not, but it's just the way the team is structured, where we already have theoretically when we get back to full health, Devin Carter is going to be on the bench, Malik Monk will be on the bench, Keon Ellis will be on the bench.
Hey,
You have
Devin Carter.
enough.
Off night junior.
You have enough. I just think enough shooting guards, so that's why I think it's the right move to make. But yeah, and then
Kyle, last question. We got to move on. But when DeRozan comes back, when the Kings are at full strength, what do you do? Do you keep him in the starting lineup? Do you do anything else to change it up, or do you just kind
Don't
of
take
roll
him
with
out of
it,
the
hope it gets
starting
better?
lineup.
Him and Fox on the court at the same time is
Vibes.
horrible.
You
That's
just
right.
can't do that. It's
But
not
you
practical.
can't be
Like the
paying
guy
two
said
dudes
Miles
20 million
over.
plus and like not have them on the court at the
Also,
same time.
like vibes would be so horrendous. DeRozan would literally request a trade.
No, I think what you need to do is you need to try to think about like the Kings are so good when the offense is going through Sabonis, and I feel like that they've gone away from that the first 10 games. Like DeRozan's been trying to do his own ISO thing. I think you've got to get DeRozan bought in on the Sabonis offense. The Sabonis is the hub. Everyone's cutting off of that. DeRozan can make his own ISO plays, but there seems to be a lot more movement. But he needs to start.
I just
DeRozan's
don't
still
see it.
probably.
It's three
I
guys who
mean,
can't shoot threes in today's NBA. Like how
who
are you
can't
running
shoot?
an
What
offense
three
around that?
guys can't shoot threes? What three
None of those
can't
guys
shoot
are
threes?
We're moving
good
on.
shooters.
We're
DeRozan
moving
can't
on.
shoot threes.
We're moving
DeRozan
on.
can't shoot threes.
We're moving on.
Honestly, Herder can't shoot threes either, but still.
Facts.
We're moving on. Okay, so the Kings beat the Jazz, right?
Yeah.
The Jazz. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a 6.5 point spread, and I bet Jazz 6.5, and I won.
Fuck
That's
yeah.
smart.
We'll go through a betting recap in the next segment, but we do want to talk about why the Jazz are not good because they do have a lot of pieces. They have Jordan Clarkson, who's nice. Like he passes the eye test. He's decently efficient. They got John Collins, who's a high flyer. They got Colin Sexton, who's a dog. They got Larry Markkinen, bear down. He's reliable. So why aren't they good?
They have nobody that's better than a third option.
Laurie is like an all-star.
Really?
He could be a second option, right?
Lara's a third
Yeah,
option.
he's not a he's not a third. He's a second
overrated.
option.
On what
He's
team?
True empty calories.
No, okay,
He
I'm
might
not
be.
going to go as far as saying he's empties calories, but he's Kevin Love on the Cavs.
Well,
I
John
like
Collins
that.
is the leading
I like
scorer on
that.
the Jazz this year. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
John
John Collins
John
is
Collins sucks.
maybe the most overrated person in the last 5
John
years.
Collins is LeBron James of Marquise Chris's.
That's so real. It's crazy. Okay. Johnny Juzang, though. Just kidding.
Yeah,
Okay.
no Eubanks, no Filipowski reference.
Kyle-
I mean, they got some real players.
You have a lot of thoughts on this, Kyle. So why do you think the
No,
Jazz?
I'm more
aren't
just
good?
thinking like normally teams that are like total scrubs are like a bunch of like 21-year-olds just rolling the
Mhm.
ball out that then they go on. Like these guys are like veteran-ish players. That's why I'm like you have 5 or 6 veteran players that on a good team would be contributors. So I'm like you would think
Yeah.
those guys together would be a little bit more respectable. Is my thing. Like they're too old-ish to be this bad.
I feel like they're missing too much at the critical positions, though. Like Colin Sexton is not a point
Keontae
guard.
George. We didn't even mention Keontae
Yeah,
George.
Keontae George is
He's
not a
really
point guard.
good. He's like you watch him and he plays the game how you're supposed to play basketball. He's not that aggressive, but like he is very smart. He's a good shooter. He makes the right plays. Like why doesn't it all connect?
Frank Mason
Yeah.
did the same thing.
They have 5 guys averaging over 15 points a game. Like it's pretty crazy.
So why,
But yeah,
why
I
aren't
don't
they
know
good,
why they're not
Cam?
good.
Why don't you think they're good? Is it just a tank job?
I mean, it's
Capture
it's
the
a lot of
flag.
different things. Yeah, it's a capture the flag job for sure. Especially Utah, you know they want that boy out there hooping. I just don't think the team construction's good. I think everyone's overrated. Although, as much as I think Laurie is super overrated, I think third option's a little harsh. Like a second option on like a borderline
Sure.
playoff team feels about right to me. But yeah, guard strength, deliberate tank job. John Collins being the most overrated player ever.
Mhm.
You add all those things together, you just got a rough team.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. No coaching malpractice.
Who even is their coach? I don't even
Who
know.
knows the coach's name? I don't know his name. Will Hardy, right? Is that
He
his name?
looks like
Oh yeah.
the arch nemesis of Michael Weston and Burn Notice. That's recorded.
Oh, is that the guy that looks like a default 2K character?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of feel like too maybe the West is just so good that you just walk
Yeah.
in, you're just like,
That's also
this is
part
not
of
even
it.
worth.
Are they a
You know,
six
you-
seed? Are they a 6 seed in the
Probably
East?
Yeah, they probably are like a
Probably.
playoff team in the East.
Yeah. Definitely a playing team. They make it. Ooh, do they make it over the Hornets?
Let's move on to the Hornets. Great transition, man. Hornets beat the Bucks a couple nights ago.
Shout out LaMelo Ball.
Bucks also won 2 games last week. Good for them.
Congrats.
What is going on with the Bucks?
Doc Rivers.
And are the Hornets better than we think?
Yes.
No.
I think Hornets will forever have a stain on them just because they're a newer franchise. But I think they have a lot of I think LaMelo is still underrated. I think Brandon Miller has taken a sizable leap.
Would you say he's killing it out there?
Ooh.
So say, do your top 3 scorers are all like horrible vibes.
He's shooting.
These are horrible
well.
vibes, guys.
He's really hitting his targets.
He don't miss bullseye.
He really.
I saw this take the other day, and it actually like makes sense based on like how he's been playing. But someone said that LaMelo Ball has like Chino Hills level confidence right now in the league, which like it's kind of funny, but at the same time it makes sense. Like he's shooting like one-legged threes, like he's doing crazy stuff, and he's playing out of his mind. Like that is
If
the
you
only
watch
thing
those
that's
games, it's like it. It's like a
Yeah.
high school gym. It's the vibes there are crazy. Like it does not feel like an NBA game when you watch the Hornets.
Trey Mann is good. He's fucking killing it. He's averaging like 20 a game out of nowhere. 100
He is averaging
on his fucking shoulder.
14.
Let's go, bro. So is like the Hornets beating the Bucks more of a testament to the Hornets' strength or a testament to the Bucks' problems?
Bucks problems.
Bucks problems, 100%.
Is this a Doc thing?
Yes.
I know we kind of talked about this last week or a couple of weeks ago, but it's just Doc.
I mean,
I don't think it's
I
just.
think it's a guard problem. I think it's a guard. I think like Gary Trent Jr. can't be your starting shooting guard if you want to be taken seriously.
Yeah, he's been bad. He's on my.
He's
fantasy
only
back.
played
if you
for
have a good-
poverty
I
franchise.
think if you have a good point guard, then it's fine. But they don't have a good point guard.
They have Damian Lillard.
Yeah, he's not a point guard. He's a fucking scorer.
He's a shooting guard.
Yeah, he's a
He
shooting
really
guard.
is a small shooting guard.
He's
That's
the
Dame.
LeBron James of Frank Mason's.
Is another LeBron James.
Second Frank Mason reference.
Yeah,
of the
we
Bucks.
haven't even
Trey
got-
Burke. He's the LeBron James of Trey Burks.
No. Trey Burke was not that good.
Yeah, we're
Frank
getting heated
Mason
on
was?
these.
Yeah. You ever seen Frank Mason at Kansas?
I did.
It really is just so hilarious that
Yeah, Nick Stauskas was better. So was Mitch McGarry. Like he was like a top 10 player in the league in the college.
McGarry.
college point guard.
Thunder legend Mitch McGarry.
Okay, let's move on. Let's go back. Now let's see these. Cavs undefeated.
They're real.
Cam. give it to
Yeah,
us.
they're real, but we're gonna pour one out since they play the Celtics without Donovan Mitchell on Tuesday. So this will be probably our last podcast talking about the Cavs because then they'll be 15-1. I saw the Celtics are favored like 5 points in that game, which is crazy on a 15-0 team, but makes sense. Your best player's out. The Celtics are probably going to be at full strength. Drew is
Mitchell will
questionable, but
play.
probably will play.
Mitchell's going to play. He was just resting today.
They
He'll
had
play on
any
Tuesday?
Who have they
I think
beaten
he'll play.
that's good?
Didn't they beat they beat a good team?
They beat the Bucks twice.
Yeah.
It
But
says
they
they
are
beat the
poverty,
Warriors.
as
They
we
killed the
just
Warriors.
discussed.
Or the
Yeah, they beat the
would be
Warriors.
really
Yeah, exactly. They beat no one.
good. Yeah. But
I
no, I
guess
think
we don't
Mitchell
need to
just
belabor
rested this
this.
weekend, Cam. So
I guess
Mitchell might
we-
be back Tuesday.
I think
Mitchell could
15
be
and 0.
back.
He just rested. He was out for rest today.
All right, going to
So-
change my bet now. That's
I think 15 and 0 regardless in the NBA is one of the most is like insanely impressive. I think
is hard.
that is a sign of a legit team.
No, I agree. I think they have
They're top 4 seed in the East.
counter
like
to
lock.
the Jazz. They have a perfect roster construction. They have so many rangy defenders. They have guards who can shoot well. They have
They have no facilitator.
people who can.
they have Ty Jerome.
Garland.
What do you mean?
Garland is not a true facilitator.
I think it is. They have people who can just take over, like either Garland or Mitchell. If one of them's having an off night, the other person can take over. And then like Mobley, Jared Allen will always hold it down on defense. Okoro can guard across positions. I think they're
Ty
a really
Jerome.
good team.
Flamethrower.
Yeah.
Would they be your guys' number 2 in the East right now, or do you think it's the Knicks still?
No, it's right now it's the Cavs.
Yeah,
I got to give them
Here's
respect.
a question. Where do you think the Cavs will end up in the standings? In
Top
the
4.
East?
Yeah,
Okay.
2 or
I think
3.
they'll end-
Well, I don't. That's not great.
I think they'll end up
Sam, where do you
top 2 in
think
the
they'll
regular
land?
season for sure.
Position. Give me
I think
give
they'll
me
top
a,
Yeah.
a position.
3.
I'll give you 2 and lose to the Knicks in the second round.
I'll say 1.
Wow. Okay.
It could happen. I mean, there was that
3,
team
2,
with the vibes with where all of them, 4 of them made the All-Star team, and then they got completely destroyed by LeBron in the playoffs. Could be
I
something like
think
that.
If they have an injury, they're not as cooked as most teams, which is a
Depends who
good
gets
sign.
injured. If Donnie goes down, it's bad.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I still think it's
But,
fine.
but then everyone's going to be focusing on Garland and maybe Mobley as their offensive threat, and they're going to be shut down. They have too many like good, solid offensive threats plus a great guy in Donnie for the defensive to spread out. Like
Spider's better than I thought he was. I will say that. I've watched more Cavs than I have.
he's the second best shooting guard in the league.
That's fine.
No bias.
That's fine. It's a fact. It's a fact.
Who's
Over
the
who?
best?
Who's number 1?
Book.
You think? Okay.
Bro,
Ant?
he dropped 27
Ant
and
Edwards?
a half tonight.
You think
Against
Mitchell's better than I'll take
He has
Ant
his
over
own
Mitchell.
Nike signature
Ant over
sneaker.
both of them.
That's exactly right. Bro, but Donovan has the Don one with Adidas.
At least Cam and I are Ant guys.
Yeah, we
I
know.
don't think,
We know.
I don't
that's
think
good.
Ant's number one.
Who do you guys think is the best shooting guard in the league?
Anthony Edwards.
No,
it's
it's
not
not
close.
Edwards.
It's
it's
not
not
remotely
Edwards.
close.
Bro, Ant had 4 points in the first half against Book tonight.
He has teammates. Booker was shooting every single shot because he was
That's
playing
not
with
true.
Oso
That's not
Iguodala
true.
and Ryan.
That's
That's
true.
not true.
That's true. Julius Randle is an elite NBA
That's not
player.
true. Let me pull up the stat line.
Don't talk about the last 5 seconds of the game.
Dan, monologue for a second.
No, here's what I'm saying though. Okay, look. It's the same. It's the same debate over if you take a look at any player that's like really strong offensively versus a player that's like really good at one thing but also solid at a lot of things. It's the LeBron James debate. Devin Booker is the LeBron James of
Kobe. No, not even Kobe.
No, he's the Kobe Bryant of Kobe Bryant's.
Maybe.
Ooh,
Okay. He had 44.
he's the
6,
Dwayne Wade
and
of Kobe
7.
Bryant's. There it is.
44, 6, and 7 on 51% field goal percentage. Like he had 7 assists. Like he always makes the right play. Mitchell is always looking to score. Always.
I mean, I think Team USA really did show like Devin Booker's ability to be like moldable and like
He's a great player.
Totally. He just knows the game of basketball very well. There's a reason Mitchell was not on the USA team and Devin Booker was the starter.
Totally. No, I'll give you Booker over Mitchell. Yeah, that's a gimme.
What does
He
Ant do
played
better
more
than
than
Book?
Ant.
What
He
does
played
Ant
more
do
than
better
Ant.
than Book?
Ant is like an insane.
Ant is
scorer.
also always looking to score. Okay, here's my hot take about Ant, which I've expressed to you guys over group text, is like he has more explosive highlights postering people, so he's on more highlight reels. But Book is a more complete player.
This sounds like my argument for LeBron over Derrick Rose for MVP.
Totally. That's a good point. It's a good way. Yeah, that's a very good analogy. All right, we're moving back.
23, 5 and 4 is not a better season. LeBron had no 8. There it is. Okay, bye.
Let's talk about.
What do you think of Steve Nash?
We talked about LeBron.
Goat.
We talked about LeBron. Let's talk about the Lakers and their winning streak. I believe they've won 5 in a row.
4 straight triple doubles from the GOAT.
Le 39-year-old.
Late 22nd season.
We're just talking about this for SEO purposes, but are the Lakers good?
Yes. No, I'm just kidding. No, they're not. They suck.
Dude, they have had a Mickey Mouse schedule.
They're bad. Lakers are a 7 seed at best.
Yeah.
I
Let's go through the schedule because they in the last.
Can't pull up
What
the
is this?
schedule. I think
Yeah, I got
it's a
I got
better coach than people think. I think like I saw a highlight of like LeBron hit a buzzer beater then like the third quarter, and then Redick was like jawing and LeBron and Rui's faces for missing a matchup or something, or having a wrong matchup.
I don't care about that. The Lakers, I saw this like breakdown that they are doing more of a motion offense this year and like actually spreading the ball and playing real time basketball as opposed to just like ISO LeBron, ISO D'Lo, ISO Anthony Davis.
Mm-hmm.
I still think Anthony Davis is top 3 in the MVP race at 31, 11, and 2.5 this year.
Yeah,
So they're great 7 seed.
yeah. I mean, that's a big knock.
Can't believe the Kings didn't draft Connect.
All right, Cam, what's the schedule?
Shout out Connect.
Yeah, so this is last 8 games. So at Toronto, they win by 6. Then they lose 2 in a row. They lose at Detroit by 12. They lose at Memphis with all the injuries. That was before Bane came back, by 17. They beat Philly, who has 2 wins on the season, by 10. They beat Toronto at home by 20. They beat Memphis at home by 5. They go to the Spurs.
Yeah.
With everyone out on Memphis, yeah.
They
go
lost
to the
Detroit.
Spurs and win by 5, which is a real win. And then on Saturday, a game that I watched, they played in New Orleans without 6 of their 7 best players. We're getting destroyed for most of the game and barely won by 5.
Yeah,
So that's your win streak.
Spurs isn't a real win because they didn't have Vassell or.
Oh yeah, Vassell, huge difference maker.
Yeah. He's
hey,
their
that's
best
16
player.
points. All right.
He's their second best player.
Well, and in the NBA Cup,
Whoa.
the Lakers get spotted 10 points because the NBA Cup is just the Lakers just do good things there.
Yeah, that's fair.
They show up when it matters the middle most.
Is it a bad take to want the Lakers to win again in NBA Cup? I think that'd be hilarious. Like it'd be so
That'd
good.
be pretty
No,
funny.
he's so
They just win it every year.
They win it every year.
and then get blown out as the 7th seed in the playoffs.
It's really good if they win.
Just get the ass wrecked. Okay. Any more on Lakers?
Dalton Connect unfortunately was a great draft pick.
Not totally. Everyone knew that. Everyone's like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Nah, I don't know. You show me a Tennessee white boy, and I'm not going to be convinced he's a great league player.
I always knew he's gonna be good. He's the White Durant.
That's a
That,
crazy
that value,
statement.
I mean, it was clear value.
This
It was
is
good
not my
value.
take. People called him the White Durant.
You just said it.
It's official on the pod. Okay, let's keep it in the West. I want to talk about Luka's defense against the
Warriors.
Jazz. I think against the Jazz.
Pretty much everybody, actually.
So there were a few highlights, including the game-winning bucket where he literally just fell asleep. Like people would be moving around and he would just like stand there and kind of like look at what was going on and lose a man. And it's like a fucking problem.
Better or worse than
Yeah.
Cam Newton in the Super Bowl not falling on the fumble?
Probably
Yeah, he's
worse. Like he will literally you can tell he does not care about defense. He
Yep.
only wants to score a bunch of points, get a bunch of assists, get rebounds. But on defense, he just doesn't care.
Do you think he just doesn't see defense as a part of winning? Or do you like, because
Yeah.
I feel like that dude cares about winning.
I think he doesn't. I think he's like, I can just make up these points on the other end of the floor.
It's kind of tough.
He's also just not in good enough shape, I think, to like play hard on both sides.
I agree. I think it is a shape thing. That's a very good point.
No, if he had Kobe's mentality.
But no, I think watching the Warriors Mavs Clay's return was also last week. You just totally saw like the Mavericks are the way more talented team with
Yep.
just too many guys that are way too cool to like play hard, like
Yeah.
Clay, Luka, Kyrie.
Yeah.
And the Warriors are the
It's too
opposite.
cool.
If you give all those guys
Yeah.
Trace Jackson Davis's mentality, it's over.
Oh,
That is
God.
true. It's a good point. The
The
Warriors,
Warriors
are like
play with their head on fire every day.
Yep.
they're tryhards. They're like the nerds who just try really hard. And Mavs are like way too fucking cool. Same with the Bucks. Suns are like somewhere in between. Kings try hard. But you can see this mentality with every team where it's like they're either checked out, think they're too cool for the regular season, and people who think that every game matters.
And then people that walk in for the midseason tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me give a shout out to a friend of the podcast, if you will, Derek Jones Jr. Leaving the
Yeah,
Mavericks
man.
last year. Really, really good defensive player. Replacing him, not entirely. I know they got Najee Marshall and others, but with Clay. I mean, how much of Luka's decline do we think is just the people he's surrounded
Yeah.
with? He's getting exposed
point.
way more often.
It's a very good point.
Like they can't just hide him anymore.
Yeah,
When you've
it's a
got all
good
these
point.
other
Najee Marshall was a very interesting pickup for them.
He's been asked. He hasn't made
hasn't been
shots. He hasn't made shots. His 3-point percentage is abysmal.
So do the Mavs make a midseason move?
They
I think
should.
you have to.
They
Like,
should.
but like,
Yeah,
for
right,
who?
no
Like, what,
Clay. I think they
what could
might
they
get rid of
possibly
Clay.
get?
I don't know.
Someone like Jones. That's what you need, an athletic wing, a
That
forward.
Get
would
him
be
back.
iconic if they brought him
Bring
back.
him
But,
back.
like, Clips don't want Najee Marshall. What's going on with the Clippers?
They suck.
This wasn't on the docket, but like I
Ben's
guess they're
ripping,
just
that's it.
injured. They're just
They have no
injured.
rust. I mean, it's James Harden
The
and
Clippers.
Norman Powell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
I feel bad for Norman Powell because he is
No,
he's a pure hooper. And I feel like he's been in the worst situation his entire career.
If we had a podcast in the 90s, you'd be saying this about Allen Houston.
It's true.
That's
similar
probably
answer.
true.
You're right.
I will say Norm has most improved. He's getting some buzz, so maybe he'll get that award. That'll be a good
Bro,
shout
in
for
his
this year.
13th year.
He's got 25 points a game. He's up from like 12. I think that's like pretty fair,
No.
right?
No.
I like it.
It's not fair when your best player is injured.
I do feel bad
He's
for the
at
Clippers
not higher
fans.
percentages.
Clippers
MIP
fans
is
got, like, 4
Jalen
years of blue
Johnson.
balls.
We're betting on it. Kim, actually, you got to place that for me.
Yeah, I got you.
Because
But I think the
didn't bet on
Mavericks
that
should
near
trade.
for
I
some
think the Mavericks are going to
reason.
be trading Klay Thompson.
No, you're
There's
not.
no
I think
way.
it'll happen.
There's
You
no way.
don't.
There's
You
no
don't know
way.
how the NBA works. If you
Yeah, I
think
think
that's
he'll end up back on the Warriors.
Isn't that like actually like not like allowed with NBA rules?
Kyle, what are you talking about?
Play for Buddy.
They're not going. What are you talking about?
Play for buddy.
Well,
Kyle, you're speaking literal nonsense. There is no way any player would get traded back to his original team in the same fucking season.
I've done it on 2K though.
Yeah, that's 2K vibes for sure.
okay.
Okay, last topic. The Raps almost beat the Celtics. I will say Off night, Davion Mitchell clipped Jaylen Brown hard, and that was a missed no call. But Tatum had a crazy step back. He traveled for sure.
Severely.
The refs even amended it after the fact, but
That's rare.
regardless, they beat the Raps in overtime. But that begs the question: are the Raps better than we thought they'd be?
Stop
No.
that right now.
RJ had a triple double. I think the first 2015 and 10 game in Raps history or something like that.
Oh, good. The Raptors only have 2 wins still. They beat the Kings.
Raps are like the Jazz for me, where I don't understand how they're not good. I think this is a pure roster construction issue, but
100%.
Who's
They
good
have
on their
a
team?
lot of
Who do you
good players.
like? Who do you like?
on the Raps, I guess Scotty
the Raps.
Barnes. I guess Scotty Barnes has been injured.
Scotty's out. Scotty's a baller, but he's out.
Scotty's been out, but
Grady Dick, 3 for 12 in that
Grady
game.
Dick is very good. He's averaging 20 points a game. He could be on MIP watch. Honestly, he's and you watch his highlights, and he's a pure hooper. He gives a lot of book energy. He hits mid range. He hits threes. He's flying around screens. He is a very complete shooting guard. And then you have RJ Barrett, who's solid. He's finding his place where he belongs, his position in the league.
Yeah. He looks a lot better now.
Yeah, he does.
They got Garrett Temple putting up half a point per game.
Pirtle is solid. He's a very solid center.
I actually want Pirtle so bad for the Suns.
Ochai
Quickly.
Agbaji, he's a very good defender. He's very reliable. He's just not going to give you anything on offense, but he's good. I guess it's just the offense. The offense is just kind of lacking.
I do want to here's a little standing desk plug for you. I want to double click on Pirtle real quick. 16, 11 and a half, 3, 1, and 1 this year.
That's really good.
It's really good.
That is everything Yusuf Nurkic dreams about being.
That's everything you want out of a center. In today's league, that's all you need.
On 72% from the line, 59% from the field.
That's great. Can he shoot threes?
40. He has not shot a single 3 this year.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah, there's your issue.
Yeah, neither can Yusuf Nurkic. So he's 0 for 9 in the last 2 games.
How has he been on that team for so damn long?
Do they still have Boucher?
He's there. He's there off the bench.
He makes
fine.
ton. He's yeah.
No, he's not.
I don't think he is.
Boucher's not there.
Who else do they have?
Boucher's there.
James
Boucher's
Battle.
there. He's there.
They have
He
Quickly.
made a lot of
Quickly
threes
out.
against the Kings. He made a lot of threes.
Quickly's
I'm
been
not high on
Quickly's been
Quickly.
out.
I'm not high on
Quickly's been
Quickly.
out.
I think he's too
I mean,
small.
They literally have Garrett Temple.
They
Oh, I
do
know.
have
They do.
Garrett Temple.
Jacoby Walter. They just don't have any depth, I guess.
Dude, the East just sucks. It literally.
Yeah, I mean they're
really
just fine. They're not good, but the East is really bad. So could they be a playing team? Yeah.
Do we
The
think the
East is
NBA
terrible.
needs to fix the East-West thing?
No.
No.
It'll be fixed when expansion teams come into play in 2 years.
You think so?
Yes.
When the Wolves go to the East and balance
But
it
I
out.
feel like everyone
Yes.
just wants to be no one wants to be in these shitty market teams. No one wants
Yeah,
to
the East
be
has a lot of shitty teams. Like
in
a lot of shitty
Cleveland.
markets.
No one wants to be. Well, I guess Chicago is a fine place to be. DC is a fine place to be.
Yeah.
Detroit's not.
Detroit sucks.
Miami's fine.
He's great.
Orlando's
Dudes want to play in Miami.
Orlando
Yeah.
would be better if Paolo were injured.
sucks.
But
But who wants to play in California? Do you know how much tax you pay if you play for one of those 4 teams?
It doesn't
how is that a
matter.
thing?
It doesn't
Doesn't
matter.
matter.
Unless you're
If
Oso
you're making that much money.
Igudoro.
Everyone wants to play in Phoenix because of our 2.5% flat tax.
That's facts.
Okay. We're gonna come back with our locks for Tuesday, which should be tonight by the time you're hearing this. If I don't fumble the bag. Welcome back. This is locks. I guess that's the segment. Just
Locks.
coined right now. We all pick a lock for the day you're listening to this. By the time you're listening to this, it's going to be Tuesday. We all pick a spread or player prop, and we encourage you to bet on it. But this is not advice. It's not advice.
I wouldn't even say encourage is the right word
Yeah,
legally.
no. Yeah, probably not the right word.
This is what we're going to do.
This is what we're doing.
Make your
Thank
choices
you, Dan.
after this.
Thank you, Dan. Okay, Cam, what you got? What you got this
No,
week?
yeah, start with Cam. Let him take the good.
Yeah, start with me. No, I'm gonna go last, but let's go through the standings first. Ben, you want to
Oh,
share
sure.
how everyone has done so far?
I don't have it on me. Why don't you do it, man?
I'm gonna go with Kyle is 2-0, big dog in the clubhouse.
He knows
Dan and
ball.
I doing all right, 1-1.
Horrible beat on last week for me, by the way.
Yeah, Dan was close, so we'll give him the edge. Give him number 2 place. I'll go for number 3, and last place 0-2,
The seller.
looking for his first one in a familiar position. Ben Norman.
Very tough. Very tough stuff.
Yeah, so
Not
you
bad
should
at
go
it.
first. You should go first.
That's true.
You're in the cellar. Give you first pick.
You're right. All right, I'm going Hornets -1
Against the Nets.
against the Nets.
Yeah, it's a good beat.
Nets are
Okay.
mega cheats. The Hornets, as we discussed, are better than anyone expected. I think this is easy. I mean, they're in Brooklyn. They're at Barclays Center, but I think it's still a lock. See if I can get in the win column. Hammering debt. Kyle, what you got?
Can I do a player prop?
Sure, man. If it's available.
It's going to be available. Harrison Barnes, whatever his points over is on Tuesday night, I want that. Is that there? Is that on there? Anyone know?
Why?
So Harrison Barnes is a fantastic
available.
player when he gets a couple days of rest. So they didn't play tonight. They're not playing tomorrow. Harrison Barnes' old legs when he gets a few days of rest is literally amazing. NBA Cup. It's gonna be Harrison Barnes over.
Huh? What do you think his line is going to be?
Probably like 11.5.
I was gonna say like 14.
Would you take 14.5 over?
I would take whatever it is over.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
So whatever it is, guys, take the over, and I'll figure out how to bet it.
Dan, what you got?
Unofficially, it's the Cam Thomas over against the Hornets, whatever
I
it
like
is,
that.
just the over. But that is not an established line currently available for betting. So I'm going to go Cavs +4 against the Celtics.
Wow. Okay.
I hate the Celtics. This is more of a pure rage play than anything else.
I don't like emotions getting involved in betting, but
In fact, I actually love emotions getting involved in betting because normally it's even more wrong than normal.
I can't. What you got?
So I was thinking about the Cavs as well, especially if Mitchell plays. I do like that odds. But I'm gonna do something a little spookier. So I'm gonna throw a parlay in there. And I'm gonna look at 2 teams we talked about
shit.
earlier on the pod, Jazz
shit.
and Lakers.
Oh shit.
So I don't have the exact numbers in front of me. The game lines are not published until the day before, but I'm gonna do a combination Lakers win and Jazz spread. So I think the Jazz will keep it closer than people think.
Who are the Jazz
default
playing?
spread is Lakers.
Oh, it's Jazz. Oh,
It's
so you're doing a same
it's the
game
same
parlay.
game. Same
love it.
game parlay.
Animal. Absolute
Yeah.
animal.
So here's the thesis. The Jazz have kept most of their games close recently. It's the NBA Cup. The Lakers are going to win. We all know this. They have plot armor. They're going to make it to the finals. We all know this, but they're
Plot
also
armor.
terrible. Like and so I and I'll shop around and see exactly where I land, but I like something like Jazz +16 or 17. Like keep it somewhat close. We'll do whatever gets with the parlay to even odds. So maybe 13 or 14. We'll see exactly where it lands, but I like the Lakers to win, but barely.
I like that.
I like that
It's a
too.
good pick.
All right, those are your locks for the week. We'll be back with a game hosted by Kyle.
Welcome back to the Garbage Time Podcast. Our final segment here today is a game. Today's game is going to be current players only at their current moment, how they are currently. What team would get closest to a 30-52 record? A starting 5 and a 6 man. You need a team that's going to go 30-52.
They're
They're
going
going
This
to
is
be
a
in the
draft.
Western
This is a
Conference.
draft.
This is a draft for sure.
It's not a draft. Or
It's
doesn't
not
have
a
to be a
draft.
draft.
Just assemble a 6.
Just
Oh
assemble,
yeah, we have to assemble.
just
okay,
assemble
okay.
a 6-man team.
30 and
That's
6-man
getting
team?
close to 30-52.
Okay.
In the West.
In the West, I guess, theoretically, yes. Think of guys that might be empty calories.
Wait, so Kyle, who's the starting shooting guard for the Kings now?
Yeah, just give me the Kings starting
Kevin
5.
Herter would be a great pick for this team.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Me too.
I'm not ready. Wait, I gotta.
All right, we'll let Ben give his 6 first.
Okay.
Who do we got?
All right. At point, we got Jalen Suggs.
Is he a point
You're
guard?
winning 50.
At the two, at the two, we got Kevin Herter.
Dang.
At the three, we got Patrick Williams. At the four, we got Jalen Johnson. At the five, we got Victor Wembanyama. And at the six, we got Jordan Clarkson.
This is the best team that Wemby's ever had.
Yeah, that team's winning more than 30 for sure.
No, they're not.
That team's too good.
The construction is too bad. It like doesn't make any sense. None of them can play together. But like they'll make some wins work.
Who can dribble the basketball in that team?
Exactly.
Victor Wembanyama.
Exactly. Yeah, Vic.
Okay. Who's the power forward again?
He's got Jalen Johnson, I think.
Jalen Johnson.
Who's also good. Like
Yeah, but none of the pieces work together. Like they'll cobble together some wins because of sheer talent, but it just doesn't make sense.
All right, Dan, go ahead.
All right. We're going with kind of like a dual point guard situation here. Like just two guys that are just going to be playing guard positions. We're going Chris Paul, LaMelo Ball
Sure.
at the 1 and 2.
it's crazy.
At the 3, we have known player on solid teams, Harrison Barnes. At the 4, we've got Scottism.
Sure.
At the 5, we have known contributor on mediocre teams, 30 win guarantee, Jakob Podol. And then at the 6, Jordan Clarkson. I also went Jordan
I think
Clarkson.
this team is too good too. I think this team is too good.
Yeah. That team also is
LaMelo
pretty
Ball.
good.
I think that's perfect, honestly. I actually do think that's perfect.
That team's not
The
winning.
team's
30.
not good. It's not good.
You think
but
Chris
it's good
Paul is
enough.
going to take this team to 30
Scotty
wins?
Barnes, LaMelo is like a pretty good 1-2 punch.
No,
And then you
it's
have pretty good players.
Yeah. But both of them have to have the ball in their hands.
I don't trust any player there to win a game.
No.
All right,
That's so
go ahead,
not,
Cam.
not remotely. All right. I had to remove a couple of my guys because I also had Clarkson. I also had Patrick Williams, but I'm changing it up to be
Dude, Patrick
unique.
Williams is such a 30 team.
30
win
he's,
guy.
he's straight up a 30-win guy. So at the point, I'm going Fred VanVleet.
Ooh.
That's great.
At the 2, Zach LaVine, the emptiest calories that have ever
Mhm.
empty calories. At the forwards, I got Trey Murphy and Torian Prince. Just like the most average
This
dudes.
feels like a 27-win team.
Who's
And
Trey
then-
Murphy?
You don't know Trey Murphy the third?
Who team is he on?
The Suns could really use
Bro.
him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
you know that dude.
I'm
And then I got Sengun at the center.
Dude,
I think that's bad. I think that's
Because my team was
32.
worse.
That's
My
32.
team was worse. I need to do a little better. So I go Sengun.
Wait, who's
and then
at the
Norm,
4? Who's at the
Norm
4?
Powell, Torian Prince at the 4, Norm Powell 6 man.
Gosh, Torian Prince sucks so bad that it actually might work.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I would
Torian Prince
pick
is the
Cam.
linchpin for sure.
I would pick Cam because it's probably like a 35-40-win team, but Zach LaVine's going to be out for 20-30 games.
Exactly.
then-
He saw the vision.
So you gotta rely on
I think
Norm.
it's perfect. Perfect.
Should have gone Eric Gordon at my 2.
I was going to say a good one here would have been like
would surprise.
Zion Williamson. Would have been Zion Williamson would have been perfect for this because he plays
Yeah.
20 games a year.
Yeah, Zion and like 4 scrubs. And then you win all the games Zion plays, and then you lose everything else.
All right. Good job, Cam. I think you won that one.
2-0
I think
in
you did
this
too.
game.
I agree.
Yeah, good job, Cam.
Great category, Kyle. Thank you all for listening to the 3rd episode of Garbage Time. See you next week.
Bye, friends.